Good morning. It's Friday. It's 11:11 a.m. right? And I was gonna make a video about chemtrails, but the mysterious chemtrails seem to have faded away. See there's the trail. There's the last bit of it. Now, I know I've said this before. I said this in my other video. I'm no expert. I ain't no professor, but you know what? I've been alive a long time. And I studied in school, and I went to college, I understand science, I understand the way that our atmosphere works. Plus, right, just like everybody else, I log on to Weather Channel every once in a while and watch videos and read stuff and learn how things work, I believe that weather has become a fairly predictable science. Otherwise we wouldn't have the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric, Agency, doing their thing. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was chemtrails. Again, right? Look, this is Arizona. You're looking to the west right now. Now, that contrail that's right there coming out this way at a right angle from this cloud, that's at least 36,000 feet. Because look, here comes an airplane into Sky Harbor Airport right now. See it? Right? Okay, that's the airport is right over here. There's all kind of airplane traffic that flies by every day. Man, you can look up in the sky and you can see contrails, 4, 5, 10, 9, 12, 15 of them. Some days they're crisscrossing every which way. But on days like this is September 18th. You see how the jet stream is blowing the clouds. It's got little wispy ones. They look really cool. And look at these ones over here. They look like waves lapping up on the shore at the lake. Going over there. You see? The jet stream up there is blowing the clouds this way from the southwest to the northeast. You can see it. You can see the way that the clouds work, right? This is the oddball cloud right here. This is the remains of a jet contrail that's flying that way, probably headed towards San Francisco or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because that's probably the angle where it would go, right? And you see them ones way over there. They're wispy. Now, my understanding of the situation about chemtrails is, right, that these jets are spraying out some kind of chemical, and it's creating these clouds that spread out, and they land, and this powder falls down. For whatever reason, I've read some crazy stuff from population control to they're trying to fix the ozone layer of our atmosphere. Well, you know what? I know this much. The ozone layer of our atmosphere is way higher up than 36,000 feet or even 42,000 feet where the military aircraft fly. You know what I'm saying? The ozone layer is way up there, 80, 90,000 feet. You know what I'm saying? Right? How are they fixing the ozone layer flying halfway underneath it? Number two, you know what I'm saying? Right? The really cool cloud patterns are blown around by the currents of the air up there in the atmosphere, because we have atmosphere, right? The Van Buren belts, the magnetic belts that are generated by the core of the earth, you know what I'm saying, are what keep the atmosphere in, right? And so anything that blows, like way over there, see how it's wisping out, because the jet stream is blowing hither and thither. See all these little wispy ones right here. Now, why is this one? Look, it's spread out a little bit, but geez, come on, it's frozen in water and it's being blown by the air. I don't see anything falling out of the sky. All I see is a cloud being sucked along, you know what I'm saying, by the rest of the clouds, right? Now, if the only thing that's being sprayed up there, right, is the exhaust from the aircraft engines, right? And this is the funniest thing, right? You know what I'm saying? If they're trying to control the weather, then how come it's 119 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona, right? You would think that they would try, create more clouds, make more shade, could bring the heat down. You know what I'm saying? But no, it increases that 20 years ago in monsoon season, we were lucky if it didn't rain for 2 or 3 weeks straight. Right now, 20 years later, right, all we get is 60% humidity with 115 degrees, and we're lucky if we get a rain shower for the whole season. We just had 2 of them just now, and monsoon season was declared officially over 3 weeks ago. Right? It seems to me like if they're trying to control the weather, it's out of control. See what the hey, right? Now, the thing that you should really be afraid of, right, is the police helicopters when they fly around, because their jet turbine engines still use leaded fuel. My understanding is that they're still using the only gasoline, the only fuel left that anybody has that uses leaded fuel, I believe. I don't know, I could be wrong, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what I read on the internet should be true. Everybody says it is, right? But when they're flying around, they're spraying lead down on us. But nobody complains about that. Nobody complains about what the police helicopters and the news helicopters, you know what I'm saying, and the medical helicopters. Yes, even the good ones, you know what I'm saying, are spraying exhaust down on us. When they fly right over your head, they're only 200-300 feet up. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's just as bad, and it's bad enough breathing in all this car exhaust out here. But now we got this stuff coming down, but nobody complains about that. We complain about something in the air that we believe the government's doing to us because so-and-so said so, and because now, before you know it, and now, before you know it, you know what I'm saying, there's this big, huge conspiracy going on about, look, here's one. Here's one that just whizzed by while I was changing the batteries in my camera, because, you know, my videos depend on the battery life. Look, here's one that just whizzed by. Look, it's way down there. It's just, watch, it should just be barely going past the little tiny cloud right there. Look at that one. There's one right there. Now, look how fast it's spread out. They say that that's proof that there's chemicals up there. You know what I'm saying, right? And they're spraying it down on us. All right, look here. I'm trying not to get you no sun right in your face, but see, that's where it is, because the sun's right up here. See, it's barely noon, right? But look, and it goes, you know, it's good. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it gets narrower and narrower as you get closer to the airplane. But you know what? You know what a contrail is? This is what a contrail. Them airplanes are flying 600 something miles an hour, 700 something miles an hour, and they're way up there where the air is thin, and they're zooming. Bullet, like a 45 caliber bullet, you know what I'm saying, travels at about 600 something feet a second. You know what I'm saying? That's the speed of sound. You know what I'm saying? 50 caliber bullet is the speed of sound. That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And their exhaust is spraying out. You know what I'm saying? And as they're cutting through the air, remember, the air is really cold up there. It's really cold up there. You know what I'm saying? As they're cutting through the air, you know what I'm saying? Remember how the way a wing works. It's flat on the bottom and it's curved at the top like this, right? So that way, so that the air that travels underneath the wing goes faster than the air that goes over the wing, and it creates lift, right? Well, nowadays you got these little tips that, you know, flip up on the thing, and they got airfoils, and they got all that stuff, and they're zooming along, right? Well, as they're zooming along through the air at that speed, you're cutting the air. It's aerodynamics. If you watch NASCAR, you understand the draft. The jet is the lead car. There's nothing behind the drafting, because you can't, because they have so much thrust coming out their engines. It's blowing. They're cutting the air as they go through, and then as it goes past from the exhaust, they're blowing the air out behind them, and it's all ice. It's all air crystals mixed with the exhaust from the engines, right? And that creates a contrail. Sorry, I was pointing at the roof right there. I got lost where I was. But look now. You can see right here. Remember this cloud that was drifting along to the northeast? Well, look. They claim, because these clouds get drawn to it, that's what the chemical is doing. And that's how it creates the cloud. It turns the cloud into something else. Well, my understanding of the way the jet stream works is when you got an opposing object flying, cutting across it, it creates a hole. Remember aerodynamics, semi-trucks do this on the freeway. It creates a hole through the air. Now the jet stream, this contrail is above the cloud, right? So as it's going to pull this air in. It's going to, because up there the air is really thin and it moves really fast. But anyway, what a contrail is all those ice crystals coming out the wings, you know what I'm saying, of the airplane as it cuts through the frozen atmosphere up there. Because remember, it's frozen up there. They're high enough for it to be pretty close to zero, right? And in zero in anything is frozen. That's science, right? So it's going to leave a trail. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no I don't see no chemicals. I see cloud. I see air turbulence through population control, right? Okay, well look, there's many places around this world where that needs to happen. I mean, I'm not being mean, I'm being realistic. I'm a realist. I live here on the sidewalk where reality is, right? Why are they spraying us? There's only 338 million of us in America. That's all there is, right? You know what I'm saying? Why are they trying to control us? You would think that they would let our population alone so that we could keep mass producing ourselves so that they could find more people to tax so that they could get more money from us. You would think. But no, they're trying to control our population through chemtrails, through chemicals in the air. Really? Wow. Wow. But hey, like I said, I ain't no expert. I'm just an old hillbilly, you know what I'm saying? Look, I wear glasses. That proves I don't see very well, huh? But hey, you know, look, and here's the crazy part, right? There's always holes in their theory. Look at that. That's blank air right there. You know what I'm saying? But I suppose they're going to explain that to me, that that's where the chemical is and it's falling out of the sky right here down on top of me. Come on, you guys. I know I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Chemtrails, what do you think? Right? That's really, I'm really interested in wanting to know what you think. If you have an opinion, if you think I'm cracked, say so in the comments. If you have an opinion, if you have a belief, say so in the comments. That's all you got to do. Let's get it going. Oh, Harold did. Harold made a comment, but you noticed that when I asked him what he was trying to explain to me, that he never came back, did he? All he said was I was wrong, and somebody else agreed with him, and I got 2 dislikes on the video. Hey, dislike it all you want. If you believe, you believe. I can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm a realist, because I live down here in the real world, in reality land, I believe that our Earth is doing what it's supposed to do. Right? To me, look, there's one way up there. Look, that jet's not leaving a chemtrail or a contrail, because look, it's so high. That's probably a military one because it's in that pathway. Right? They're so high up that as soon as it goes through, the contrail dissipates. That's how fast that one's going. That's probably one of them big C-41 Starlifter with them big 4 giant engines. It's burning so hot. Look, it's burning right through. You don't see no chemtrail. You don't even see a contrail. That's how fast that one's going. What's up with that? What's that proof of? The military's not spraying us? I thought all the jets were spraying us. Look, it's coming out of the end of the cloud right here. You can see it running through the top of the cloud. That thing is streaking. He's probably doing it. Look at him. You see him right there? He is zooming. And his chemtrail / contrail is dissipating within a mile of him going through. But look at this one. This one's, look at this cloud you've been watching it. It's been bloated around by the jet stream all over. How come this one's still together? I thought chemtrails spread out and made other clouds. And this video is what? I'm into this video 8 or 9, 10, 11 minutes already. So you should, come on now. Woo. Make a comment, please. Thank you. Now, I don't want to get into the whole science of the whole, chemtrail thing, because that's where all the conspiracy is. That's where all the conjecture is. That's where all the supposition is. You know what I'm saying, right? And because on one hand, look, on one side, we have Boeing, McDonnell Douglas, and we have Airbus. We have all these people all these aircraft companies, you're saying, that fly these airplanes and have these devices on them. You know what I'm saying? We know this. We know this for a fact because they've gone online and they've posted all their documents and everything else, right? Explaining what these devices are, what they're for, you know what I'm saying? And that's their opinion. And you know what? The way I understand it is, in order to have patents in this world, you know what I'm saying, you have to provide technical drawings and documents, you're saying, that prove what it is so that you can patent this device so that you can sell it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So on this one side, we have this entire body of information, right, that in my opinion, we have to believe, right, because this is the way it is in the world. And then on the other side, we have this entire body of conjecture, right, of what people think it is because somebody said this, or Professor so-and-so came on and said, well, this is what it's really for, and blah, 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 and they're spraying, and then it wildly gets out of proportion quickly because people are people and they want to believe what other people tell them. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm looking now, and now look, there isn't any more of the contrail. Remember that one I just showed you? Look, here, I'll show you. Look. totally gone. And it's only been 5 minutes. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? So, I don't want to get involved in all of that massive stuff. This is what I see. I'm using my 2 eyes that the gods gave me. You know what I'm saying? And believing and having faith, you know what I'm saying, that this is the way it truly is. People are going to believe what they want to believe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I know what I see. Thank you.